know it's been 3 weeks. I apologize. I'm sorry. So because of that, this vlog is going to be a little choppy. It's going to be just, instead of one long stream of consciousness from me, you're welcome, it will be more of like little shorter videos squished together of the different things that we've done, because I don't think I'll remember it all in one sitting. So you'll just get to see me all the time in different little videos. So enjoy! Okay, so Robert is in America. He went to DC/Hickory for the first couple days. That is a whole story in and of itself, but it's not my story to tell. There was a mix-up. Saudi Airlines pretty much get to decide whatever they do, so like whatever they want. But he comes back tomorrow, the 1st. I'm so excited. I think he gets in at like 3-ish, 2:33-ish, and then we're going to drive straight to Jeddah. We're going to go on our eat trip, so I'm very excited. This week I've done like nothing. I tried out some new hobbies. I've been practicing Spanish. I tried painting. Look at my sunflower. Not the best sunflower, but I really like this flower and this flower. I'm still practicing. And I went to the arcade, crushed the arcade, won like a bunch of tickets, even pooled my tickets with people I was with, and we still didn't have enough to buy anything. It's not like at Frankie's where you can get like a Tootsie Roll for like 12 tokens. Like we had 615 tickets, and the Anna Barbie, that was the smallest toy, was like 650, so oh well. Anyway, we did that. I went and played archery. Shot archery. I did archery. I archered. Either way, archery. And it was really fun. You pay for like an hour, and I ended up staying for like 2. But you like at the end, you like blow up balloons, and then like the first person to hit all their balloons gets a gold medal, and the other person gets a silver medal. I got a silver. But the guy let us do it again, and I put up 7 balloons, so you each get 4. But then I just put up 7 because I was too lazy to blow up another one. It was raining. And I shot all 7 balloons. And so I feel like I deserve a gold medal for that because I shot all 7 balloons. Anyway, and I told the guys who owned like the little space, I think they were having more fun watching us than like actually shooting the archery themselves, the arrows themselves, because I was like freaking out every time I shot the arrow. And there's a slow motion up version of it, of me, I think, a video. And it is so BA because I'm like Katniss straight up. Besides that, nothing. I've packed for Jeddah. It's supposed to be super humid there. That's pretty much it. Can't wait for Robert to get home. Woo! Hiya! Okay, so I forgot to mention that while Robert was gone, I had like a friends dinner. Some of our guy friends, they're together. They invited me to their house to meet with some of our girlfriends. It was a girls' night, but it was at their house, and their house is so nice. Has like all this artwork and stuff. That one of the guys is an artist. He like carves wood and stuff. So all of his like art school stuff is all around the house, and he has like a little exhibition room, which was supposed to be the dining room. It's cute. But anyway, after Robert got home, we went to Jeddah, but we drove the 10 hours, which usually isn't bad. You know, we are driving on the 19th of May from London to Glasgow, to Scotland, England to Scotland, and we're going to go through Wales, and so like that's going to be a long drive, so we thought 10 hours to Jeddah should be nothing, and then we did it, and it was horrible, because there's nothing out there. After the first 2 hours, you've seen everything there is to see. It is just desert, sand, rocks. That's it. There's a bunch of abandoned buildings because, like culturally here, if you have the money, you start the project, even if you can't finish the project yet. So there's like a bunch of unfinished projects. It's kind of like Greece. So like when I went to Greece, they were bankrupt, but it was more of like they started all these projects and then went bankrupt and had to stop. Here, they start them knowing they can't finish them. So, like, there's just a bunch of unfinished buildings everywhere. And if you have to pee, so, like, we needed gas, and one of our friends, Faisal, was like, oh, if you need gas, you should get it before you get below half a tank, because gas is few and far between. So we tried to follow that rule. So we got gas, and, like, people have to pump your gas for you. That's, like, a thing here. But if you hit it during prayer time, they're not there. So I had to be, extra cautious on that. And then there's no bathrooms in the gas station. You have to go to the mosque. And all these gas stations are, like, grungy. Like, middle of the desert grunge. Like, I'm not sure where these people live to get to work at the gas station. And then, so you have to go to the mosque. And if the gas station's grungy, then, like, the mosque is kind of grungy. So, like, the first place we stopped to go to the bathroom, they didn't have any toilet paper. And it was all the, like, stand-up toilets. Like, you have to, like, stand over, like, a literal hole in the ground. And the sewage had backed up, so, like, I peed in the girls' bathroom. It was horrible, so gross. It was just gross. And then Robert tried to find the men's bathroom and couldn't, and ended up stumbling upon, like, the sewage pit, because they didn't have plumbing. They just had a pit of sewage. So I got back to the car, and he was, like, trying not to throw up. He's like, we gotta get out of here. I saw a sewage pit. And it was in our nose and mouth, the smell/taste, for, like, the next 45 minutes. We ended up having to get McDonald's to, like, wash it down. The drive was super boring. Super boring. And you, like, kind of lose service, so you have to, like, make sure you keep your thing on the whole time. We listened to downloaded music, just kind of not our cup of tea. In England and Scotland, you can, like, listen to podcasts and stop and see castles, which is hopefully what we're going to do when we're there. But it wasn't the best. But then we got into Jeddah, and people in Jeddah drive like they're absolutely crazy. Hold on, I'll go this way. You guys can't see me. Like they're crazy. Like they're on drugs or something. They're, like, swerving in and out. We were on the phone with Eliza at one point, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I have to go because we just nearly died. Because they're like, and poor Robert was, like, white-knuckled after 10 hours of driving, like, trying not to freak out and, like, trying not to get us killed. But we stayed at this cute little hotel that one of our friends suggested. I say it was cute. It was actually more like it was like a boutique hotel, kind of, but our room was like a cement room, like a cinder block room with the bed on the floor. Everything was on the floor. And so, like, when you roll out, like, when you get out of bed, you're basically just, like, standing up off the floor. And so the bedside table was like a little ottoman type thing, like a wicker ottoman, I guess. And so, like, the posts of it were like these big posts of this tall wood. It wasn't tall at all, with wicker, then, like, basket in the middle. And so the minute I sat on the bed, I was like, I'm going to hit my face on this post. No doubt about it. And Robert was like, what? No. And lo and behold, that first night when we went to bed, I, like, woke up and was like, I need to change my shirt. I don't know why. I was in a sleepy stupor. So I, like, threw my arm over, like, my whole body over to grab my other shirt. It was long sleeve because it was cold. And just wham, right in the middle of my face. I'm like, I knew it. I woke me up. I'm like, I knew it. I told Robert. That first night when we got there, we, like, put our stuff in and we went straight to, there's supposed to be, like, this Cirque du Soleil. It's called Jeddah Season. And so we were so excited to go be a part of Jeddah Season. And we went and we got there and the guy was like, do you have your tickets? And we were like, no. And he was like, it's Eid. Eid's like their religious Christmas, basically. So we're like, oh, okay. So we, like, went and we went in, and then we got to, like, the second gate, and they were like, do you have your tickets? And we were like, what tickets? And they're like, you need tickets to get onto this, like, big art promenade. And we were like, and they were like, so, and everything's closed, so just come back tomorrow. So we went and got a burger. It was not good. Not a good burger, but the restaurant was cute. And then we went home. We saw fireworks. They were supposed to start at 9, and we got in at, like, 9:30, so I was like, darn it, we're going to miss them. But, like Saudi, everything in Saudi, it was running late. So we got to see them. They were really cool. I think I have 2 videos of them. They were just, like, so many. I think we should do that for the 4th of July. I think if we could figure out how they did it. They had some that were, like, the shape of their flags. Like, on their flag, there's, like, a palmetto tree, or a palm tree. It's a date palm tree with, like, swords. And they got it to where it did that, like, in the sky. It was really cool. And then we went back to the hotel. I bought my noggin. The next day, we tried to do, our friend Qaida sent us, like, a list of everything. So most of our friends in Riyadh are from Jeddah. So they sent us, like, all the stuff to do. And we tried, but since it was, like, a religious holiday, everything was closed. So we, like, tried to go to a museum. It was closed. We tried to go to an art spot. It was closed. We tried to see this, like, big fountain. it was closed. When we tried to go snorkeling, it was closed. So we just kind of wandered around Jeddah. We saw like a lot of the edges. That was nice. I don't remember what we did for dinner that night though. I don't remember. Oh well. We ran around Jeddah. I don't remember what we did. Either way, the next day we went and snorkeled. We did get into a snorkeling situation. So we went and snorkeled. It was beautiful. And it was only like 15 minutes out of like 15 minutes on the boat. So like you could see land and everything. It was crazy because we were on the Red Sea right across from Africa. So there was like a dust storm coming in from Africa. So like the horizon was hazy. That was pretty cool. And then the fish, they were the most brightly colored fish I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it was like hot pink with a neon green stripe through it and orange and blues, and it was so crazy. The coral wasn't as colorful as coral I've seen before, but the fish were insane. I mean, insane. And like you could swim through them, and it was just like, it was like a movie or something. It was absolutely fantastic. And they want us to learn how to scuba dive. Everyone there was like, "You gotta scuba dive, you gotta scuba dive." And the guy was like, "Okay, snorkelers, like come in," because there was like 3 scubas and there were 5 snorkelers. He's like, "All right, snorkelers, come on in." He's like, "All right, who here has been snorkeling before?" He's like our snorkel guide. And so, Robert and I raised our hand, and he was like, "All right, how many times?" And I was like, "A good amount." And he was like, "But where?" And so I like started listing all the places I'd been snorkeling, and he was like, "All right, never mind, you're fine, get in the water." Because he was going to go through like how to put your stuff on, like spit in your goggles, all that. And I was like, "Yeah, we know what we're doing, so can we go ahead and get in?" Like, I'm sweating. But it was stunning, absolutely stunning. And one of the girls, she was a scuba, what was her name? I don't remember her name. Hannah, it was Hannah. She was the scuba instructor, but she was snorkeling with us, and she like swam up to Robert and I, and she was like, "Are you guys," what'd she say to me? "Are you guys open water divers or something?" And I was like, "I don't think so." And Robert was like, "Yeah, we are. She just doesn't know what it means." I was like, "Yeah, I don't know what that means." And she was like, "Yeah, your form is really beautiful." She's like, "You're like a dolphin," talking to me. "You're like a dolphin in the water. Like, I love how you dive. Can I dive with you?" So like she and I would like dive down together and swim along the coral and come back up. And she was like asking me all these stats about how long I can hold my breath and how long I can do this and how far I've gone down. I'm like, I don't know. I just go until I can't breathe, and then I come back up. And she was like bewildered. And Robert's like, "Yeah, nobody's ever taught us. We just did it." And she was like, "What?" So she really wanted us to come scuba with her, because she was like, "You guys would think scuba's so cool." So we're going to try to get certified here in Riyadh and then go like finish our certification, like our open water diving part in Jeddah. They said that they have like an online program that then they can do the practicum work in Jeddah. And then from Jeddah, we went to Taif. Oh, we ate lunch at this place called Twina. It was cute. It was like a fish restaurant, and you like get your fish. Robert got fish. I got calamari and rice. But it's enough food. Every restaurant here feeds you enough food for like 8 people. So we kind of waste a bunch. And like at this other restaurant we went to that was supposed to be really good, it was yummy. I got like chicken parm, and it came with like 3 chicken breasts. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? Robert's salad was like this big. Like, what do you do with it? The plate was bigger than my head, let alone the food on the plate. But anyway, after Jeddah, we went to Taif. There were baboons, like hundreds of baboons, and that's insane. I didn't expect to see monkeys in the desert, but they were. There were so many. And there were camels on the side of the road, just walking around on the side of the road like it was their purpose. Very strange. Very strange. What else? When we went to Taif, we went to the strawberry farm. It was so cute. It was so weird. It like was an actual strawberry farm, but it wasn't time to pick yet. Everything was green. But they also had like strawberry ice, like soft serve ice cream, strawberry pancakes, strawberry juice, which I love, by the way. Big fan of strawberry juice. And then it was more like a strawberry slushy. Delicious. Then they had like this upside down cabin. So like you go into a cabin, but everything's upside down. It's like Wonderworks at the beach. I think Mom is the only one, and my siblings have been to Wonderworks, where like everything's upside down when you first get in there. So like Robert and I didn't know what we were walking into, and we like walked in and didn't look up. We just looked around, and we were like, "There's nothing in here. It's just like walls." And then everyone started pointing up, and so we were like, what in the world is going on? It was so strange, but it was cool. And then we went into like this like little zoo. That's what it's called, a little zoo. And it was just like a lot of animals that they just like let loose in this one space. So like rabbits, peacocks, chickens, koi fish, birds, a flamingo, a couple of tortoises. We felt uncomfortable. We were like, we should probably go. This feels like PETA would have a heart attack if someone came here and saw this. But we really enjoyed all the strawberries at the strawberry farm. And Taif is a region known for its roses, so it's for its flowers. One of the previous kings loves Taif, had like palaces there. Palaces that are now abandoned that Robert and I went and explored, which was cool. We explored 2 of them, one of which was boarded up, but one window was open, and the other one which was just open. They're very large and very beautiful, but Taif is gorgeous. It wasn't rose season yet. Maybe rose season just ended. I don't remember. Either way, there weren't that many flowers, but there's this tree that's like the bark is like an ashy brown, and then it's just purple. I mean, like almost brighter than wisteria purple. It was beautiful. I'm obsessed with it. I want to paint using my paint colors or something. I want to find a way to paint it because it was just so stunning. And we went to this, there's like a one in the mountains, a little spot in the mountains that's like a rose garden cafe. So like it's the rose garden, and then they just put like little chairs under tents around it, or under like cabanas. And so we got confused on the instructions. We ate pancakes, red velvet cake, and crepes for breakfast / lunch at this like rose garden cafe. And it was beautiful too. Where did we stay in Taif? We stayed in America, the International Hotel, or Continental Hotel. It was very fancy. But Taif was really cute. We ate dinner at this yummy restaurant. I would go back to Taif. If anything, for the strawberry juice, honestly. And then we had to drive all the way back, which was just like the worst. After like 3 hours, we were like, how have we not gotten there yet? This is insane. But our Eat trip was good. It was a successful trip. And we go to Scotland on the 19th, and I am so excited. I can barely stand it. So, you know, fingers crossed that it goes well. Obviously, it'll go well. It's Scotland. It can't not go well. There's castles. We're going to Wales. So that was everything for Eid, I think. If I think of something else, I will say it later. There's Robert, being very obviously a tourist, I mean. Oh look, cat. Oh my gosh. Look at all those cats. Seriously. Look at all of them.
Sneaking into King Faisal's childhood palace.
Am I scared? Yes. Of what? What?
Dope pool. Stop.
Well, it used to be King Abdulaziz's palace. So we just walked all the way up and then realized that this was what the stairs were made of. Oh no.
Can you see this baboon? Can you see up there the herds of baboons?
Well, we hit some camel traffic here. Hello.
Excuse me, sir, do you have time to talk about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? Can't run from the Lord. Look, another one. Don't get super close because it might spit on me. I forgot to mention that when we were in Jeddah, we were eating at this restaurant, we were eating outside, it was so sticky, and there was this cat that was sitting like right next to me, as if it was joining the meal. And it kept looking at me and like making eyes. I'm like, hello. So I would give it like a tiny piece of rice and then it would go away and then it would come back. And finally we're like sitting there just chatting and I look over and the cat jumps on the table and I'm like, oh, no, excuse me, no. And it just looks me dead in the eyes, takes my chicken, the whole thing, and then just walks away. Doesn't even run, he just walks away as if he knew we weren't going to come after him. I said, oh, okay, you can have it, I guess, I'm done. And the waiter was like, I'm sorry. I was like, no, it's okay. I wasn't going to eat it anyway, I guess. But the bread there was really good, too. But the cat was just very... And then also when we saw the baboons in Taif, I was like, look, a baboon, and like pointed, which I know is rude. I was like, look, and I pointed at the one, and the one looked at me and said, like freaked out, showed its teeth. I said, sorry, pointing's rude. It's like it knew or something. But also we went to the souks in both, like the markets in both Taif and Jeddah, and they were both mildly disappointing. So Taif had just had their big like rose festival, so there's like lights everywhere, so it was pretty, but they were both old souks, like the buildings were really old and like looked cool, but they were selling like shampoo and like magazines and makeup and brushes and suitcases. So, you know, it could have been cooler. And then we met a lovely Syrian couple on our way from Taif, leaving Taif, and they were like, we're Syrian family, like, can we take a picture with you? And we were like, sure. So we modeled with this Syrian family and took a bunch of pictures. So I included some of those as well. Robert was playing with his new camera, so pictures are pretty high quality, and Robert and I both modeled a little bit so he could practice with the lighting and the angles. And then lastly, our dear friends Grace, Hannah, and Jordan had their engagement party at our house, at my parents' house, and we missed it, so I included a picture of Grace, Hannah, and Flat Me smiling together. We love them both so dearly, and I'm looking forward to their wedding in August. So I think that's everything. I'll do another one for the week before we go to Scotland. And then, of course, there'll be a huge Scotland/Wales/England/Northern Ireland. We're hitting all the UK countries, so prep yourselves. Bye!